Hey everyone, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, a huge welcome. Today, we're diving into something that I honestly believe could be a game changer for you, something that might just click into place and make everything else you've tried finally make sense. Think about it for a second. Have you ever felt like you're putting in all the effort, doing all the right things, but still not quite hitting those big goals? Like there's some kind of invisible barrier holding you back, or a secret handshake that only the super successful seem to know? It's a frustrating feeling, right? We've all been taught certain ways to approach success, a kind of a playbook that often leaves us feeling a bit lost or stuck. But what if that playbook, or at least parts of it, is actually outdated? What if the real key to unlocking your full potential isn't about working harder, but about thinking smarter? About a fundamental shift in how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Today, we're going to challenge those old ideas. We're going to forget everything you thought you knew about what it takes to win, and we're going to unpack the secret mindset of winners, pulling wisdom from one of history's most profound thinkers, Napoleon Hill. This isn't just another pep talk. This is an invitation to look at success from a whole new angle. This is where the game has changed. Are you ready to see how? Let's jump in. Alright, so we've just talked about forgetting everything you thought you knew, right? That's a bold statement, I get it. But here's the thing, for too long, success has been presented to us as a linear equation. You put in X amount of effort, you get Y result. You work hard, you get rewarded. You get good grades, you get a good job. And while there's a grain of truth in that, effort is undoubtedly necessary, it's a critically incomplete picture. If effort alone was the sole determinant of success, then every single person grinding away at 3 jobs, every student burning the midnight oil, every aspiring entrepreneur working 18-hour days would be living their dream life. But that's not the reality, is it? We see countless individuals, incredibly hardworking people, who are still stuck, still struggling, still wondering why their monumental efforts aren't translating into the monumental results they crave. This is where the conventional wisdom begins to crack, and where Napoleon Hill steps in with a perspective that, at first glance, might seem almost counterintuitive, yet it's profoundly liberating. Hill's entire philosophy, distilled from interviewing hundreds of the most successful people of his era, men like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, wasn't just about what they did, but how they thought. It was about an internal operating system that was fundamentally different from the masses. One of the most foundational, yet consistently misunderstood, principles Hill unearthed was the concept of definite purpose. Now, you might be thinking, okay, purpose, got it. I need goals, right? And yes, you do. But Hill's definite purpose isn't just about having a goal, it's about something far more profound, something that transcends simple ambition and taps into a deeper psychological and even spiritual wellspring. Think of it this way. Most people approach life with what Hill would call an indefinite purpose. They want to be rich, but they don't define what rich means. They want to be happy, but they haven't concretized what happiness looks like for them. They want to make a difference, but lack a precise plan or measurable outcome. It's like setting sail without a specific destination in mind, just a vague idea of somewhere nice. You might drift, you might enjoy the journey, but you'll almost certainly never hit a specific, predetermined port. Hill argued that a definite purpose is the absolute starting point for all achievement. It's not just a wish or a hope, it's a burning desire, backed by unwavering faith, translated into a precise, measurable, and time-bound goal, combined with a concrete plan for its attainment. And here's the crucial differentiator. This purpose isn't just about what you want, it's about what you are willing to give in return, and the unwavering belief that you can achieve it. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine 2 individuals. Both want to start a business. Person A has an indefinite purpose. I want to be my own boss and make a lot of money. They might dabble in a few ideas, get excited, then discouraged, jump from one opportunity to the next, never truly committing. Their energy is diffused, their actions sporadic. They rely heavily on external motivation, waiting for the right idea or the perfect opportunity to present itself. They complain about the economy, about luck, about their circumstances. Their effort is there, but it's like a shotgun blast, wide, unfocused, hitting nothing with significant force. Person B, on the other hand, embraces a definite purpose. I will launch a sustainable online education platform teaching digital marketing to small business owners, generating $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue within the next 18 months, by developing a comprehensive curriculum, hiring 2 part-time instructors, and investing X hours daily in content creation and marketing, starting today. See the difference? It's not just a goal, it's a declaration. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, smart. But more than that, it's infused with a profound sense of conviction. This unwavering belief in the attainment of your definite purpose, is what Hill calls faith. And no, we're not talking about blind faith or religious dogma here, though personal spirituality can certainly play a role. We're talking about faith in your ability to achieve, faith in your plan, and faith in the universe to conspire with you once you have truly committed. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's the active cultivation of a mindset where doubt is systematically eliminated, and the belief in success becomes the dominant thought. Think about the Wright brothers. Their definite purpose wasn't just to fly. It was to build a heavier-than-air machine that could sustain flight with a pilot. They faced ridicule, countless failures, and immense skepticism. But their definite purpose, fueled by an unshakable faith in its possibility, kept them going. They weren't just putting in effort, their effort was directed by an undeniable, clearly articulated vision. Here's the practical application. If you don't have a definite purpose right now, your first step is to clarify it. Don't just think about it, write it down. Make it as specific as humanly possible. What exactly do you want? By when? What are you willing to give in return? This isn't a casual exercise. This is literally the bedrock upon which your future success will be built. This process forces you to confront vagueness, to eliminate ambiguity, and to commit. Hill argued that when you crystallize your definite purpose and imbue it with faith, something almost miraculous begins to happen. Your subconscious mind, a powerful engine of thought and action, starts to align with your conscious desire. It begins to identify opportunities you would have otherwise missed. It starts working tirelessly, even while you sleep, to bring your purpose into reality. Your actions become more focused, your decisions clearer, and your resolve unyielding. You become a magnet for the resources, people, and opportunities necessary to achieve that purpose. Consider the analogy of a magnifying glass. If you hold a magnifying glass over a piece of paper, and you keep moving it around, scattering the sunlight, nothing happens. But if you hold it perfectly still, focusing all the sun's rays onto a single point, eventually, that paper will ignite. Your definite purpose, backed by unwavering faith, is that focused beam of energy. It concentrates all your mental and physical power onto a single, precise target, making ignition not just possible, but inevitable. This isn't just theory, it's a principle demonstrated by every single high achiever throughout history. From entrepreneurs building empires, to artists creating masterpieces, to scientists making groundbreaking discoveries, they all started with a clear, unwavering definite purpose. It was their guiding star, their internal compass, their non-negotiable mission. So, as we move forward, I want you to start thinking about your definite purpose. Not just a vague idea, but a concrete, compelling, and deeply desired outcome. This is where the game truly begins to change, because once you define your ultimate destination with absolute clarity, your entire internal GPS system recalibrates, and every step you take becomes a purposeful stride towards that defined goal. This is the first, crucial piece of the secret mindset of winners: unwavering clarity of purpose, forged in the fires of burning desire and unwavering faith. So, in part 1, we drilled down into the absolute necessity of a definite purpose, that burning desire, crystallized into a precise, unwavering goal, fueled by unshakable faith. That's your internal compass, your personal ignition switch. But here's the fascinating truth that Napoleon Hill discovered: even the most brilliant, most driven individuals rarely achieve monumental success in isolation. In fact, one of the most consistent patterns he observed among the titans of industry and innovation was their deliberate cultivation of a powerful, often unseen, force, the Mastermind Alliance. Now, if you're like most people, when you hear a mastermind, you might think of a supervillain plotting world domination, or maybe a fancy networking group. But Hill's definition goes far, far deeper than that. He defined a mastermind alliance as the coordination of knowledge and effort of 2 or more people, who work toward a definite purpose, in a spirit of harmony. Notice those key phrases: coordination of knowledge and effort, definite purpose, and crucially, in a spirit of harmony. This isn't just about surrounding yourself with smart people. It's about a symbiotic relationship, a pooling of mental energy where the collective intelligence becomes exponentially greater than the sum of its individual parts. Hill passionately believed that when two or more minds come together in complete harmony, focused on a specific goal, they create a third mind, an invisible, intangible force that can tap into levels of insight, creativity, and problem-solving far beyond what any single person could achieve alone. It's like having access to a supercomputer powered by human ingenuity. Think about the sheer impossibility of creating something like the Ford Model T without a team. Henry Ford was a genius, no doubt, but he didn't build every single component, design every rivet, or market every car by himself. He surrounded himself with engineers, designers, manufacturers, marketers, and financiers who were all aligned with his definite purpose: to democratize the automobile. His success wasn't just his intellect, it was the harmonious synchronization of his intellect with a carefully chosen group of brilliant minds. That was his mastermind. Or consider Thomas Edison and his quest for a practical electric light bulb. He wasn't working in a vacuum. He had a team of researchers, chemists, and inventors in his invention factory at Menlo Park. They failed thousands of times, but their collective knowledge, shared commitment, and harmonious effort eventually led to one of the most transformative inventions in human history. So, how do you actually build and leverage a mastermind alliance? It starts with understanding that your own knowledge, while valuable, is inherently limited. No single person possesses all the wisdom, all the skills, or all the perspectives needed to achieve a truly grand vision. You need to identify the gaps in your own knowledge and seek out individuals who possess those missing pieces. Step 1. Define your needs and your contributions. Before you even approach anyone, get clear on two things. What specific knowledge, skills, or resources do you lack to achieve your definite purpose? Be brutally honest with yourself. Do you need marketing expertise, financial guidance, technical know-how, emotional support? B. What unique value, knowledge, or connections can you bring to the table for others? A mastermind isn't a one-way street, it's about mutual benefit. What problems can you help them solve? Step 2. Identify potential members. Look for individuals who possess the knowledge and skills you need, but critically, also people who share a similar drive, a positive outlook, and a genuine desire for collective growth. This isn't just about business acumen, it's about character. Seek out those who are ethical, reliable, and committed to a spirit of harmony. Avoid cynics, energy vampires, or those who are only looking out for themselves. Your mastermind doesn't have to be a formal board meeting every week. It could be a small group of entrepreneurs who meet monthly to discuss challenges and share insights. A mentorship relationship where you learn from someone ahead of you, and perhaps offer fresh perspectives in return. Even virtual connections with experts in your field who you can reach out to for specific advice. Your life partner, who supports your vision and offers a different perspective. Step 3. Cultivate the spirit of harmony. This is arguably the most critical and often overlooked aspect. A mastermind alliance only truly flourishes when there's genuine respect, trust, and a shared understanding that everyone is invested in each other's success. It means active listening, truly hearing and understanding others' perspectives, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Openness to feedback, being willing to receive constructive criticism and challenge your own assumptions. Generosity, freely sharing your knowledge, resources, and connections without expecting immediate reciprocation. The more you give, the more you receive in a mastermind context. Mutual support, celebrating victories together and offering encouragement during setbacks. Hill emphasized that the harmonious interaction of minds creates a powerful, almost mystical synergy. When minds are aligned, ideas flow more freely, problems seem to solve themselves with startling ease, and breakthroughs become more frequent. It's like tuning into a higher frequency of collective intelligence. Let's illustrate with a personal anecdote. Years ago, when I was struggling to scale a project, I felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of hats I had to wear. I was trying to be the marketing guru, the tech expert, the financial planner, and the content creator all at once. My progress was slow and frustrating. I was putting in the effort, but it was unfocused, diluted. Then, I stumbled upon Hill's concept of the mastermind. I decided to actively seek out individuals who excelled in areas where I struggled. I found a friend who was a marketing whiz, another who was an incredible systems organizer, and a mentor who had successfully scaled multiple businesses. I didn't form a formal, mastermind group right away, but I started intentionally cultivating relationships with these individuals. I'd offer to help them with things I was good at, writing, editing, and in return, I'd ask for their insights on my challenges. The results were astonishing. The marketing whiz gave me a simple, actionable strategy that quadrupled my leads in a month. The systems organizer helped me automate processes that freed up 10 hours a week. My mentor provided clarity on financial projections that helped me secure crucial funding. It wasn't magic, it was the power of their focused knowledge, generously shared, amplified by a spirit of genuine mutual support. My effort became directed, and the third mind of our collective knowledge provided solutions I never would have conceived on my own. My personal game truly changed. This is why Hill calls it an alliance. It's not just a collection of individuals, it's a strategic partnership where every member gains. The collective brainpower generates new ideas, identifies potential pitfalls you might miss, and provides encouragement when your own resolve wavers. It acts as an external check and balance, keeping you accountable and pushing you beyond your comfort zone in a supportive environment. So, how can you start building your Mastermind Alliance today? Don't wait for a formal invitation. Start by identifying 2 to 3 people whose skills or perspectives would complement your own. Reach out to them, not with an ask, but with an offer. Hey, I admire your work in X. I'm strong in Y, and I'd love to bounce some ideas off you sometime, and see how I might be able to help you too. The key is to be genuine, to foster that spirit of harmony from the outset. Remember, your Mastermind Alliance doesn't have to be massive. Even a single trusted mentor or a peer who is genuinely invested in your success can create a powerful dynamic. The goal is to consciously surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you constructively, and contribute to your definite purpose. This isn't about just finding friends, it's about forming strategic partnerships based on mutual respect and a shared commitment to growth. By intentionally building your Mastermind Alliance, you're not just getting advice, you're tapping into a collective intelligence that can accelerate your progress, multiply your insights, and provide the crucial support system that every winner needs. You are literally expanding your own mental capacity and dramatically increasing your odds of achieving your definite purpose. This is the second, profound secret of the winning mindset, and it's a powerful one that fundamentally changes how you play the game. We've established your crucial starting points, having a definite purpose, that laser-focused ambition, and building a mastermind alliance to amplify your efforts and knowledge. Now, we're going to dive into what many consider the deepest, most powerful, and often most misunderstood aspects of Napoleon Hill's philosophy. This is where we transcend mere strategy and enter the realm of actively programming your own destiny. I'm talking about the dynamic duo of applied faith and autosuggestion. Now, if you're thinking, faith, like, just wishing for things, or autosuggestion, isn't that just positive thinking? Then you're exactly where most people start. And you're also about to discover why the conventional understanding of these concepts is precisely what holds so many back. Hill's definition of faith isn't a passive hope, it's an active, unwavering belief in the attainment of your desires, so strong that it becomes the dominant thought in your mind. And autosuggestion isn't just reciting affirmations, it's the specific, intentional method by which you communicate with and influence your powerful subconscious mind. Let's start with applied faith. In part 1, we touched on faith as an integral component of a definite purpose. But here, we're going deeper. Hill observed that every single successful individual he studied possessed an unshakable belief, not just in their goals, but in their ability to achieve those goals, regardless of immediate circumstances or setbacks. This isn't naivete, it's a profound understanding that the mind, when focused with unwavering conviction, can influence reality. Think of it like this: your mind is a garden. If you plant weeds, doubts, fears, negativity, that's what will grow. If you plant beautiful flowers, faith, belief, positive expectation, those are the results you'll eventually see. Applied faith is the act of actively cultivating the belief that your definite purpose is already a reality. even if the physical evidence isn't there yet. It's operating from the end result, rather than being limited by your current situation. Consider the story of Colonel Sanders. He started KFC when he was in his 60s, after a lifetime of setbacks and failures. He didn't have a large capital, a fancy degree, or even much respect from the culinary world. But he had an unwavering faith in his fried chicken recipe and in his ability to sell it. He faced rejection after rejection, hundreds of them. Yet he persisted, driven by an unshakable conviction that his product was valuable and would succeed. His faith wasn't passive, it was applied through continuous action, despite overwhelming odds. That's applied faith in action. So, how do you develop this level of applied faith? It's not something you wake up with, it's something you cultivate. And this is where autosuggestion becomes your most powerful tool. Autosuggestion, in Hill's terms, is the agency through which you voluntarily, consciously, and repeatedly feed thoughts, ideas, and desires directly to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like a super powerful computer processor that works 24/7. It doesn't differentiate between positive and negative instructions, nor does it question the validity of the information it receives. It simply takes what you feed it and gets to work on manifesting it in your reality. The problem for most people is that they unknowingly feed their subconscious mind a steady diet of doubt, fear, worry, and limiting beliefs. They tell themselves, "I'm not good enough, I'll never get rich, this is too hard," or "I always fail." And guess what? Their subconscious, being the obedient servant it is, takes those instructions and diligently works to make them true. They literally program themselves for failure without even realizing it. Hill discovered that the most successful individuals consciously and systematically programmed their subconscious minds with the beliefs and desires that served their definite purpose. This isn't just about thinking positive in a fluffy way, it's a deliberate, systematic practice. Here's the practical, powerful method Hill outlined for applying autosuggestion to build applied faith. Step 1. Write down your definite purpose, daily. We talked about writing it down in part 1. Now, you're going to take it a step further. Every single morning, immediately after you wake up, and every single night, just before you go to sleep, read your written definite purpose aloud. Read it with emotion, with conviction, as if you are already living it. For example, if your purpose is, "I will generate $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue from my online education platform by specific date," you would read it with the feeling of already having that revenue flowing in, with the excitement of knowing it's already a reality. Step 2. Visualize your definite purpose, daily. As you read your purpose aloud, close your eyes and create a vivid mental picture of yourself having already achieved that purpose. See it, feel it, hear it, smell it, taste it. If it's financial freedom, see yourself enjoying that freedom. If it's a specific career, see yourself excelling in that role. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization, the more powerfully it imprints on your subconscious. This isn't just daydreaming. This is what athletes do when they mentally rehearse every perfect move. This is what artists do when they envision their masterpiece before a single brushstroke. They are using visualization to program their subconscious for success. Step 3. Develop a deep emotional connection. Hill emphasized that pure thought, without emotion, has little power. It's the feeling behind the words and images that truly activates your subconscious. You need to develop a burning desire, an intense emotional connection to your definite purpose. Feel the joy, the excitement, the satisfaction of achieving it now. Why does this work? Because your subconscious mind communicates primarily through emotions and images. When you consistently impress upon it clear, emotionally charged desires and beliefs, it begins to reorganize your thoughts, habits, and ultimately, your actions to align with those directives. It begins to filter your reality, showing you opportunities that match your dominant thoughts, and subtly guiding you towards decisions that serve your purpose. Think of it like a thermostat. If your mental thermostat is set to struggle, lack, or barely making it, that's what your subconscious will maintain. But through consistent autosuggestion, you can recalibrate that thermostat to abundance, success, joy, or mastery. Your subconscious will then tirelessly work to bring your external reality into alignment with that new setting. Let me give you a slightly different angle. Imagine a placebo. A doctor gives a patient a sugar pill, tells them it's a powerful new drug, and the patient's body actually heals. Why? Not because of the sugar, but because the patient's faith in the drug, and their subconscious expectation of healing, activated their body's own healing mechanisms. That's a powerful example of applied faith and autosuggestion in action, albeit without conscious direction. Hill's method teaches you to direct that power intentionally. The key here is consistency and persistence. You can't just do this once and expect miracles. You must repeat these steps daily, with unwavering faith, until your definite purpose becomes an obsession, a positive obsession, that dominates your waking thoughts and even influences your dreams. It's like chiseling away at a block of marble. Each consistent tap, each repeated visualization and affirmation, chips away at the old limiting beliefs and sculpts the new reality you desire. This process transforms abstract desire into concrete belief, and that belief into powerful action. When your subconscious is fully imbued with your definite purpose, you will find yourself naturally taking the right actions, saying the right things, attracting the right people, and seeing opportunities that were invisible to you before. You become a living magnet for your desires. This is not magic, it's the science of the mind. Hill spent years studying how the human mind operates, and he found that this systematic self-conditioning is one of the most powerful levers for achieving extraordinary results. It enables you to transcend past failures, overcome self-doubt, and tap into an inner resilience that most people never realize they possess. So, as you integrate this into your daily routine, remember, every time you read your definite purpose with feeling, every time you vividly visualize its attainment, you are not just dreaming, you are actively programming your most powerful asset, your subconscious mind, to build the reality you desire. You are moving from passive hope to active creation. This is the third, incredibly potent piece of the secret mindset of winners, consciously shaping your internal world to manifest your external destiny. Excellent. I'm glad part 3 is to your satisfaction. The principles of applied faith and autosuggestion are truly transformative. Now, let's proceed with part 4 of the script. This segment will delve into the critical role of specialized knowledge and the often overlooked power of organized planning in translating your powerful mindset into tangible results. This part will also be approximately 2,000 words. Part 4, the blueprint for action, mastering specialized knowledge and organized planning. Video visuals transition. We move from internal mental processes to external, tangible actions, people studying, blueprints, flowcharts, a calendar with marked tasks, someone executing a plan, a detailed map. The music might become more methodical, structured, but still inspiring. We've covered some incredibly powerful ground already. You've got your definite purpose locked in, you're building your Mastermind Alliance to amplify your efforts, and you're actively programming your subconscious with applied faith and autosuggestion. You're building an incredible internal engine. But here's the crucial next step. Even with the most powerful engine, you still need fuel, a clear roadmap, and a meticulously crafted vehicle to reach your destination. This is where the principles of specialized knowledge and organized planning come into play. Too often, people fall into one of two traps. Either they have a brilliant idea but no practical knowledge to execute it, or they have a ton of knowledge but no coherent plan to put it into action. Napoleon Hill discovered that the truly successful individuals didn't just think differently, they acted differently, and their actions were always informed by relevant knowledge and guided by a precise, detailed plan. Let's talk about specialized knowledge first. In our modern world, we have access to more information than any generation before us. But here's the paradox: general knowledge, while important for context, is rarely the direct source of great wealth or achievement. Think about it. Everyone knows that exercise is good for them, but knowing that doesn't make you an Olympic athlete. Everyone knows about financial markets, but that doesn't make you Warren Buffett. The true power lies in specialized knowledge, deep, specific, and actionable expertise in a particular field or area directly relevant to your definite purpose. Hill observed that successful people were relentless in acquiring the exact knowledge they needed for their specific goals. They didn't just read broadly, they studied intensely in their chosen domain. They understood that knowledge is only power when it is organized and intelligently directed through practical plans of action. For example, if your definite purpose is to launch an online education platform, general knowledge about business isn't enough. You need specialized knowledge in areas like content creation, how to structure compelling courses, create engaging videos, write effective lesson plans, digital marketing, SEO, social media strategy, email marketing funnels, paid advertising platforms, platform technology, learning the specific tools and software needed to host and deliver your courses, audience psychology, understanding your target market's needs, pain points, and learning styles, monetization strategies, pricing models, subscription structures, sales funnels specific to education. Notice how specific each of these areas is. You don't need to be an expert in everything, but you need to understand what specialized knowledge is required and how to acquire it, whether that's through direct learning, hiring, or leveraging your Mastermind Alliance. He'll emphasize that you don't necessarily need to possess all the specialized knowledge yourself. This is where your Mastermind Alliance becomes even more critical. You can gain access to specialized knowledge through formal education, courses, certifications, degrees directly relevant to your field, mentorship, learning directly from someone who has already achieved what you desire, books and resources, deep dives into specific topics, experience, hands-on learning, often through trial and error, but try to learn from others' errors first. Your Mastermind Alliance, tapping into the expertise of your allies who have the specialized knowledge you lack. This is why having diverse skills in your mastermind is so powerful. The key is to identify the specific gaps in knowledge that are hindering your progress towards your definite purpose and then systematically acquire that knowledge. This isn't about collecting information, it's about acquiring usable wisdom that can be directly applied. Now, having all this specialized knowledge is fantastic, but it's useless without organized planning. This is the bridge that connects your powerful mindset to tangible action and ultimately, to results. Hill's definition of an organized plan isn't just a to-do list, it's a dynamic, detailed blueprint for achieving your definite purpose, broken down into manageable, actionable steps. Most people fail not because they lack desire or even talent, but because they lack a precise plan of action. They have a destination, definite purpose, and some tools, specialized knowledge, but no detailed map or itinerary. They wander aimlessly, hoping to stumble upon success. Hill's concept of an organized plan involves several critical components. 1. Create a detailed blueprint. Break down your definite purpose into smaller, measurable, and time-bound goals. These are your milestones. For each milestone, identify the specific steps required to achieve it. Be incredibly granular. For instance, if a milestone is launch marketing campaign, the steps might include: identify target audience demographics, draft ad copy, design ad creatives, set budget, select platforms, schedule launch date, monitor analytics. 2. Assign deadlines. Every single step and milestone needs a realistic but firm deadline. Without deadlines, tasks tend to expand to fill the time available. Deadlines create urgency and focus. 3. Identify resources and allies. For each step, determine what resources you need: money, time, tools, and who from your Mastermind Alliance, or who you need to bring into your alliance, can help you. Are there tasks you need to delegate? Are there experts you need to consult? 4. Plan for obstacles and contingencies. No plan survives first contact with reality. Anticipate potential challenges, setbacks, and roadblocks. What could go wrong? What's your backup plan? Plan B, C, D. This proactive problem-solving saves immense time and frustration later. It's like a general planning for a battle. They don't just plan their attack, they plan for counterattacks, supply chain issues, and changing weather conditions. 5. Act decisively and persistently. A plan is useless without action. Once your plan is created, you must execute it with unwavering determination. This means showing up every day, tackling the most important tasks first, and maintaining momentum. This is where the burning desire from your definite purpose truly fuels your consistency. 6. Review and adapt regularly. Your plan is not set in stone. The world is dynamic, and you will learn new things. Review your progress regularly, daily, weekly, monthly. What's working? What's not? What needs to be adjusted? Be flexible enough to modify your plan based on new information or unforeseen circumstances, but rigid enough in your commitment to your definite purpose. This iterative process of planning, acting, reviewing, and adapting is crucial. Consider the analogy of building a skyscraper. You don't just start laying bricks. You have architects, definite purpose and vision, structural engineers, specialized knowledge, a project manager, organized planning, and a construction crew, Mastermind Alliance, and your own efforts. Every single beam, every single wire, every single window is part of a detailed blueprint, with timelines and specific roles. And throughout the construction, there are regular inspections and adjustments. Without that organized plan, that skyscraper would never rise. My own experience with this was eye-opening. For years, I had big ideas. I wanted to launch online courses, write a book, build a successful coaching practice. I had some general knowledge, but my efforts were scattered. I'd start a project, get halfway through, then get distracted by a new shiny object or hit a roadblock and quit. I lacked a detailed plan and the specialized knowledge needed for each step. Once I applied Hill's principles, everything changed. I sat down and mapped out my definite purpose with extreme clarity. Then, I identified every piece of specialized knowledge I needed. For areas where I lacked expertise, like video editing or advanced SEO, I either found online courses, hired freelancers, or leaned on specific members of my developing Mastermind Alliance. Crucially, I then broke down my entire goal into a granular, daily action plan. What would I do today to move forward? What would I accomplish this week? I put specific deadlines on every task. When I faced unexpected challenges, I didn't just quit. I went back to my plan, adjusted it, consulted with my mastermind, acquired new specialized knowledge if necessary, and kept moving forward. The difference was night and day. The progress, though sometimes slow, was consistent and always directed. This combination of acquiring the right specialized knowledge and implementing a rigorous organized plan is what transforms abstract desires into concrete realities. It's the action phase where your internal mental power meets the external world. It ensures that your energy is focused, your efforts are efficient, and your journey towards your definite purpose is systematic and deliberate. This is the fourth pillar of the winning mindset, distinguishing dreamers from doers, and effectively changing the game from random effort to strategic execution. We've built a formidable mental arsenal so far, haven't we? You've defined your definite purpose, you're strategically leveraging your Mastermind Alliance, you're programming your reality with applied faith and autosuggestion, and you've got your detailed specialized knowledge and organized plan in hand. You're ready to charge forward. But here's the absolute truth about any grand endeavor: you will face obstacles. You will encounter setbacks. And there will be moments when doubt creeps in, when the path seems impossible, and when quitting feels like the only sensible option. This is precisely where the principle of persistence becomes your ultimate superpower, and where your harnessed subconscious mind becomes your greatest ally in overcoming adversity. Napoleon Hill observed that a defining characteristic of every successful individual he studied was their almost fanatical persistence. They didn't just try harder, they refused to give up, no matter the odds, no matter the temporary defeat. This isn't just stubbornness, it's a profound, unwavering commitment to a definite purpose, fueled by a deep understanding that temporary defeat is not failure, it's just a detour, a learning opportunity, a test of your resolve. Think of it this way: persistence is the muscle that turns desire into reality. You can have the clearest purpose, the best team, the strongest faith, and the most meticulous plan, but without the willingness to persist through challenges, all of it crumbles. Many brilliant ideas die not because they were bad ideas, but because the person behind them simply wasn't persistent enough to see them through the inevitable rough patches. Consider the classic story of Walt Disney. Before Mickey Mouse and Disneyland, he faced bankruptcy multiple times. He was told he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Imagine the setbacks, the financial ruin, the crushing criticism. Most people would have quit. But Disney's definite purpose, to create happiness through entertainment, was so profound that it fueled an almost superhuman level of persistence. He learned from each failure, adjusted his plans, and kept going. His story is a testament to the fact that persistence can literally build empires out of dreams. So, how do you cultivate this unyielding quality of persistence, especially when the chips are down? Hill identified 4 key factors: a definite purpose, backed by burning desire. This is the bedrock. If your purpose isn't strong enough, if your desire isn't burning hot, you'll extinguish at the first major setback. A clear, emotionally charged purpose provides the intrinsic motivation to keep pushing. A Mastermind Alliance, when your own motivation wavers, your Mastermind Alliance steps in. They provide encouragement, new perspectives, accountability, and practical solutions. They remind you of your purpose and reignite your faith, resistance to negative influences. This means consciously shielding your mind from doubt, fear, and negativity, whether it comes from within yourself or from external sources. It's about choosing what you allow to influence your thoughts. A habit of organized planning, knowing your next steps, even small ones, helps you maintain momentum. When you hit a wall, you can consult your plan, adjust it, and find the next actionable step, rather than simply freezing up. But here's where persistence gets truly powerful, and where it connects deeply with our earlier discussion on the subconscious mind. Your subconscious isn't just a receiver, it's an active problem solver. When you are truly persistent, when you refuse to quit, you are sending an incredibly strong, unwavering signal to your subconscious. You are telling it, unequivocally, this goal will be achieved, no matter what. And what happens then? Your subconscious mind, working tirelessly behind the scenes, begins to search for solutions. It connects disparate ideas, brings forgotten information to the forefront, and even influences your intuition to guide you towards breakthroughs. It's like turning a supercomputer loose on a complex problem and telling it, don't stop until you find the answer. Think of moments when you've been stuck on a problem, maybe a puzzle or a creative challenge. You struggle, you hit a wall, you walk away frustrated. Then, hours later, or even the next day, a solution pops into your head, seemingly out of nowhere, while you're doing something completely unrelated. That's your subconscious at work. It continues processing and searching even when your conscious mind has given up. Now, imagine intentionally directing that power with a consistent, unwavering command born of persistence. When you persist, you are constantly feeding your subconscious the problem and the desired outcome. It then works to bridge the gap. Here's a powerful personal example. When I was writing my first major long-form content piece, I hit a massive creative block. I had the definite purpose, the plan, but the words just wouldn't flow for a critical section. I felt frustrated, overwhelmed, and honestly, close to giving up. I considered postponing, or even scrapping the whole thing, but then I remembered Hill's emphasis on persistence. I told myself, I will not quit this. I will keep showing up, even if I only write one sentence today. I started reading my definite purpose aloud again, focusing on the feeling of having the finished project. I went for a walk, deliberately thinking about the problem, but also reassuring myself that the answer would come. I tapped into my Mastermind Alliance, just to vent and get some encouraging words, and then, as I was drifting off to sleep, a cascade of ideas, almost fully formed sentences, began to flow. I woke up, grabbed my notebook, and furiously wrote for an hour. The block was broken. It wasn't magic, it was the direct result of my persistence sending an unyielding signal to my subconscious mind, which then delivered the solution. My refusal to quit gave my internal problem solver the command to find the way. This is why Hill called persistence the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Each act of persistence, each time you push through, reinforces your faith, and that faith, in turn, strengthens your ability to persist. It's a virtuous cycle. The practical application of persistence involves daily action, no matter how small. Even when motivation is low, take one tiny step forward. Consistent small steps build momentum, embracing failure as feedback. Don't see setbacks as the end, but as valuable data points. What did you learn? How can you adjust your plan? Controlling your inner dialogue. Actively challenge negative thoughts. Replace "I can't" with "How can I?" or "I will find a way." This is auto-suggestion applied to overcoming adversity. Drawing on your mastermind. When your personal reserves are low, lean on your alliance for support, perspective, and renewed energy. Remembering your why, constantly revisit your burning desire and definite purpose. Let it be the fuel that reignites your resolve. The ability to persist, especially in the face of overwhelming odds, is perhaps the clearest differentiator between those who achieve extraordinary success and those who merely dream of it. It's the ultimate test of your conviction, and it's the force that ultimately bends reality to your will. When you combine this unyielding persistence with your other powerful tools, your clear purpose, your supportive alliance, your programmed subconscious, and your precise plan, you become an unstoppable force. This is the very essence of the winning mindset. it's not just about what you desire, but how unflinchingly you pursue it. It's about consciously choosing to overcome, to adapt, and to continuously advance towards your goals, knowing that every single act of persistence carves the path to your inevitable victory. The game has truly changed for those who master this final, crucial piece of the puzzle. So, there you have it. We've journeyed through the depths of Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom, revealing the secret mindset of winners that truly changes the game. We started by understanding that the conventional path often falls short, and that to achieve extraordinary results, you must first forget everything you thought you knew. We then unpacked the 5 critical pillars, defining your definite purpose with unwavering clarity, building a powerful mastermind alliance to amplify your efforts, systematically programming your destiny with applied faith and autosuggestion, translating thought into action with specialized knowledge and organized planning, and finally, mastering the unyielding force of persistence to overcome any obstacle. This isn't just theory, it's a proven blueprint, forged from the lives of history's greatest achievers. The game has changed, and now you have the rules to play it differently, to play it to win. Your potential is limitless once you embrace these principles. The only question now is, are you ready to stop wishing and start doing? Are you ready to apply this blueprint, to step into your power, and truly make your definite purpose a reality? The journey starts now. Go out there and change your game, because you absolutely have what it takes.